Good day to all of you, and welcome to Let's Play Friends of Persia. The original from, I think, 1994, 91, something like that. It's sure as hell nice to be playing a game on this. It's afternoon here, and yeah, I've got it's weekend, right? I've got a long weekend. You know, I always have a long weekend. I don't really enjoy working hard. I prefer to take things easy. I think that's a very natural thing to do. What about you guys? Do you work hard? I feel like, you've got to, appreciate your job. And if you don't do this, I like my job. I'm a mailman. All right, we made it through the first level. The first level is really easy. It gets harder though. Yeah. Sometimes I find gaming incredibly relaxing, frankly. I gamed a lot when I was a child. I think I'm fluent in gaming. Gaming is a skill. There are so many games, but they all share this communication with the computer. And I find gaming relaxing at times, but Let's Playing kind of removes the relaxing part. But I don't really play that many games in my free time. I'm a grown man, I guess. Gaming is for young people, But, I conserve my energy more than I used to, when I was a child, when I was younger at least, when I was an adolescent, I would game till, 4 a.m. or something, And that was not healthy, I suppose, But I'm not a very good sleeper, I don't know. I worked too hard at some point in my life, and then I could sleep. This is the truth. This is a truth of life. The harder you work, the deeper you sleep, and the more you sleep. Whatever, it's hard, getting through the day can be hard, I mean, if you're interested in things, in meaningful things, then it's easy to get through the day, You can watch, documentaries, movies, we can read books, and it's quite easy to get through the day. This is what my dad used to do, he used to watch one movie after another, I mean, I have HBO Max, but only recently, and I only really use it to watch The Big Bang Theory, I mean, I know The Big Bang Theory is, mixedly received among internet audiences, but, I enjoy The Big Bang Theory, it's just, it's just a funny show, I know it's not very funny, but, there are so many episodes, and, you've got some, nice characters in it, I suppose, and it's about science, but that doesn't really matter, I don't know why I enjoy it, but that's why I got HBO Max, in any case. Alright, so we're in level 3 now, Yeah, I was doing a let's play of Civilization, but I feel like Civilization doesn't have quite as much character as this game, I mean, some games really do have, character. Take Oblivion, for instance. Skyrim, less so. Skyrim has less character. But this game has the most character of all games, but it's not, it's not what I would call a hardcore game, I mean, this game is a bit, it's a bit on the edge of a hardcore game and a casual game. I mean, I play Tetris daily, I think that's good gaming practice, to play a casual game like Candy Crush or Tetris, I mean, it is a game, You do have that communication with the computer, right? But, it's not very, it's not hardcore, I mean, a serious game, What is an example of a serious game? Well, I suppose Skyrim is pretty serious, I mean, that was one of the most memorable moments of my young life, playing Skyrim. I mean, games are really shit. Alright, I ran the wrong direction. You don't need to face that guy to finish this level, Anyway, I mean, gaming can be relaxing, but it can also be, entertaining, you know. That's a weird dichotomy that I've developed when I was, you know, thinking too much, thinking too hard, thinking a lot in any case, and yeah, game can be entertaining. I mean, yeah, I liked Skyrim a lot, you know. Yeah. But, you know, thinking back, you know, at this point I'm really thinking like what was it all about, you know, that gaming, you know. I mean, yeah, I think gaming doesn't really have a lot to it, you know. I mean, unless you're let's playing, you know, gaming is just a really solitary occupation, you know. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, you get people who read a lot, you know. I suppose there's little difference between reading a lot and playing a lot of games, you know. But gaming is definitely not the same thing as reading, you know. I mean, reading is more suited for adults, you know. It's less tiring, you know. I mean, I think gaming is more tiring than we would like to admit, you know. I mean, it should be effortless, you know. Gaming should be effortless. But, you know, I suppose very often it's not effortless, you know. I mean, this is why we get so competitive. This is why we get addicted, I suppose, because it's actually quite a lot of work, you know, and you want to get something in return for all that work, you know. But as I said, gaming can be very relaxing also, you know. I mean, this is also one of the most remarkable memories of my childhood, you know, that I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you know, and I know I shouldn't have been playing that because I was too young for it, way too young, but, you know, I mean, my dad watched Pulp Fiction with me also, so, you know, it wasn't really that bad to play GTA San Andreas. I mean, it is a lot like Pulp Fiction, you know. Only it's not as postmodern as Pulp Fiction, you know. That's a thing. Anyway, yeah, one of the remarkable memories of my childhood is that I was yeah, I had a fight with my parent, you know, a parent of mine. You know, I just went to my room. I started up GTA San Andreas, and suddenly I was in the countryside, driving a big ass motorcycle, and I just completely calmed down, completely came to rest, you know. And and I was pretty upset at the time. So you know, that's something that games can do. It's I read somewhere that games create a space in which to escape from the pressures of life. Of the flow of life. Our daily. It's a way to get away from our day-to-day existence. It creates a space to escape from our day-to-day existence, and surely that is a good description of what gaming is. But I think it's also just, it's employment. Gaming is employment. I mean, we do not think of employment that way. We tend to think of employment as paid labor. But employment really means that you become one with with your tasks, and gaming gives you tasks, but it's presented in such a way that you can lose yourself, as you do that. You go unconscious almost. You just start daydreaming even. I guess, I mean, I don't think, I think people who read a lot, are less, dreamers, than, I used to be quite a dreamer. I could walk around town, just sedated, on a cloud almost, from those games mostly that I was playing, but also from movies, I guess, I was quite the dreamer. I think gamers will be more of dreamers than readers. I think readers are more calculating. You want people to tell you a story. That's usually what it means to be a reader. I don't think there are many people who read philosophical texts for as a pastime. That is just too it's too hard. Every philosophical text is different. It's always a journey, a hard journey. Just like people don't become hobos for fun. You don't become a reader of philosophical literature for fun. There is a strange relationship between, and a strange interdependence between philosophy and homelessness. Of course, these days, we have professional philosophers, but we have to remember that those guys work at the university, and working at the university is a bit like being a politician, You have to navigate through webs of conspiracy and social skills and whatnot, I mean, I thought it might be fun to work at the university, because you can become a better thinker that way, That's what I figured, but, it just chilled me, working at the university chilled me in my heart, because, yeah, I don't know, there's no authentic way for me to become an academician, an academic, I'm sorry. An academic. I mean, maybe I'm not quite smart enough for it, or not quite sharp, or, well, I guess I don't think I'm not dull, but, I'm not, I'm not very assertive. I think to be an academician, you have to be quite assertive. Uh, you know, distant even. Yeah, and I'm not like that. I worry a lot. Well, not a lot, but I worry sometimes. Things distress me. I get thrown. How does the phrase go? I get thrust out of whack. I don't know what the phrase exactly is, but thrown out of whack. I don't know what the phrase is. Yeah, not academia material. I mean, philosophers are academics. Professional philosophers. And I think there are many other philosophers in the world, but they will be homeless or not authentic. I mean, I think many philosophers, true philosophers, will be homeless. Because it's very confusing. To want to live that way. Reasoning, talking for, what is that? As a livelihood, just talking. That's not, it's not something that the world appreciates. I mean, just look at the world. The most philosophical religion in the world is suddenly Buddhism. Now Buddhists don't really talk. Buddhists don't talk. I mean, they have a lot to say. Because they, they have their own style, but they don't they have this whole lifestyle, you know what I mean? But you know, as a philosophy, they're silent. You know, they don't really explain everything. You know, they stress the importance of not. Whoa, I did not expect that. Yeah. I mean, they stress the importance of not thinking too much, you know, of stopping thinking, even, you know. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Philosophers are homeless, right? Yeah. It's like the world does not want people to talk for a living, you know. I mean, in the West, we have the opposite of what is going on in Asia with Buddhism and all that. You know, in the West, we have the you know, the minister, you know, ministry, the Christian ministry, you know, who talks a lot, you know, who actually talks every week. But note, he does not talk as a livelihood, right? He simply knows what is best for his congregation, you know. He is a professional, you know, and this is the scary part of the West, you know. The priests, the spiritual officials, you know, are or professionals, you know. They have a clear function in the society, you know, that that I don't know, it controls us, right? It controls us, you know. It's part of that constellation under which we live our lives, you know. It's part of the you know, our lot under the sun, you know, as the Bible puts it, you know. So yeah, it's a big aspect of the world economy. And you know, imagine this, you know, the priest is a professional, right? He controls our minds, you know, our... Alright, we got this. This was our level, but I got it all figured out, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Homelessness, right? It ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It's a big problem, you know. Yeah, I was in China. I was in Taiwan, and I had a conversation with an attendant in a store, and I just said like something about my home country, the Netherlands, and he replied by saying, "Thank you for your teaching." It makes you think. In China, I think people are more receptive to, facts. They are willing to go out of their way for the facts. They worship the facts, one might say. In China, I studied Asian studies. I know kind of what I'm talking about. I think in China, they worship the facts, and this is a thing, I live in the Netherlands, right? And it's very cold here, right? The people are cold, they seem very nice, with their gay rights and their free, their liberal drug policy, But it's a really cold country, It's an unfair country, right? The Netherlands. The police don't do anything because, I don't think there is a lot of crime here. But why not? Why is there so little crime here? Right? It's like, people are afraid, I think, to go outside. You don't have, happy drunkards strolling the streets at night, at night, it's quiet here, it's empty here, right? I crossed the border to Germany, and I really felt like there was some kind of warmth in the air, it's a cold country, the Netherlands. I don't know if the people should be called cold, I think that's a bit rude. They're morose, maybe. Is that a word? I don't know if that's the right word. I don't really know what it means, People compare Dutch people with Scandinavian people, But I think Scandinavian people are much more honest than Dutch people. Dutch people are they're conniving, right? That's the word that I would use. Conniving, right? Gee, it really is great to be playing a game, So, yeah, why am I playing a game? You wonder, why am I recording myself playing a game? I want the airwaves, I want the airwaves. I want to be heard. I had this thought. I was taking my walk just now, and yeah, I was thinking like a let's player is a social figure, right? I don't know if a figure, I don't know. It's a bit of a vague term, but yeah, it's like, I mean, usually let's players don't really have a huge audience. I mean, PewDiePie, right? I never watched PewDiePie, but he has a lot of viewers, right? But many other let's players don't really have such a huge audience, right? But they do answer questions, they interact with their audience, right? And yeah, it's like in a world where you spend so much time hacking away at virtual zombies and whatnot. I think it's very comforting, right, to run into someone, right, who can communicate to you and with you about this thing. I mean, yeah, we were talking about priests, right? And a let's player is a kind of priest, right? Albeit that he doesn't actually know anything, right? I mean, games are kind of mindless entertainment, I mean, I don't think anybody really knows why they play video games, Yeah, but it's employment, as I said. It's a way to lose yourself, right? To get carried away, maybe even, right? But I think that's the sad part about gaming. You don't really get carried away. Shit! Now we have to do everything all over again. You cannot get past that guy once he has knocked you off the edge. He's just gonna and I'm gonna be dead. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not an atheist, right? But I am secular, right? I don't secular, right? I don't go to church, right? I don't belong to a Buddhist community, right? I'm secular, right? I got my job. I got my job. I got my interests, right? I got my job. I got my what should you call it, right? I got my job. I got my intellect, right? And I got my dreams, you know. And that's all, right? No church, right? I mean, I started praying recently, you know. I think it's a good investment. Oh my God, I have to do it all over again. Yeah, this is the level where I stumble most often. Anyway, yeah. I don't go to church, right? I started praying just a few days ago, you know, because, you know, I don't want to miss out on a message from the Lord, you know. I mean, I don't know if God exists, right? But I guess I do believe that God exists, right? I mean, this, for me, this is the rub of religion that so many people forget about today when they think they're being rational, when they say they don't believe in God, you know. I mean, you know, it's not about knowing that God exists. I mean, I'm an agnostic, I guess. Agnostic. I don't know. Maybe I'm an agnostic, but, you know, I do believe in God, I guess. You know, I don't know if God exists, right? But I do believe, right? I mean, there might be something out there, right? And, you know, there have been times during my life when I visited theological websites, you know, just to figure out what to think. You know, I was afraid that I had done wrong, you know, and I think, you know, the inconvenient but important example here is masturbation, you know. I mean, I think when I was younger, I often felt really guilty, you know. I'm just laying it all out, you know. I just felt really guilty. And I was looking at even Islamic sites, you know, to see if I would go to hell, you know. I mean, you don't know if God exists, but you do believe, you know. I mean, there's something, it's like you gotta invest in this relationship with God, and you gotta think about it. You know, you gotta think about the right way to live, you know, and that is something that theologians will also tell you. You know, you gotta think about this right way to live, you know, just in case right? You know, um, a higher power will, for all we know, global warming is caused by a higher power, call it intelligent design, call it fate, right? I don't know. It's not very fruitful area of speculation, but it's like you want to think about how to live. People think that Christianity is about the Bible, right? And that's true, right? I often feel very wary when I think about the Bible, the word that comes to mind is holy, right? The Bible is it's a holy Bible, right? People think that they're rational, so when they say nothing is holy, right? But the Bible, the Quran too, right? These are holy texts, right? And, I feel this more with the Bible than with the Quran, right? Not sure why, but I don't believe in the Quran's message, in the Islamic message, right? I don't believe that Muhammad has more authority than Jesus, right? Yeah. That's a crucial thing, right? That's why the West is the West, right? And the Middle East is the Middle East, right? We have a lot in common, right? We all pray to the same God, it would seem, right? But in the West, we don't think that, one guy came along and had more to say than someone who was, really knowledgeable about Scripture. An altogether, perhaps even holy man, right? Jesus was a holy man, right? That's not weird to think that, but I don't know. It's like the holiness of Jesus is less obvious, perhaps, than the holiness of the Bible as a whole, right? And there have been many theological discussions about this, right? And of course, here we come to the point of dogmatism, right? You believe something, and then you start decrying views that do not correspond to your beliefs, right? All right, we got him. Yeah. Great. I'm sorry I rambled so much. It's said I want the airwaves, I really don't have that much to say, in on social intercourse, right, I don't have much to say, you know. As I say, I'm fluent. Like gaming, but I don't game that much in my free time. You know, as I say, I want the airwaves. I want to be heard. I don't know what to say. You know, it's weird. I really don't have that much to say in social intercourse, right? I just have I just have to you know, get my spurs, get my, what is that, get my I don't know, I just have to get my my what is that word, I just have to get my my wings. I don't know, you know, just I have to prove myself somehow, you know. And I think gaming is a very good place, you know, to do to you know, to do feats, you know, to achieve feats. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this, you know. I'm hoping, you know, to make a difference in people's lives this way, in people's consciousness this way, you know. I want the airwaves, as I said, but you know, that's not really what this is about. I mean, gaming is just something to do, right? And I don't know, I have so much experience, right? And I want to share this experience. I'm not like many other gamers, I guess. I'm better. At least that's kind of what I'm aiming for, right? To be excellent in this regard, right? I want to excel at gaming in some way, and Let's Playing is a very obvious choice to excel in the world of gaming, you know. I mean, as I say, I'm interested in the social function of Let's Playing, you know. I mean, you can really connect a group of people around your work, you know. But nota bene, right? I don't intend to do this for a living or something weird like that. But it is part of my survival stratagem, if I may say so, you know. But that's not relevant. As I say, I just want to do feats, right? I want to achieve feats somehow. I mean, you can excel at gaming, right? And I want to show the world who I am through this medium of gaming, right? It's a very obvious medium. It's a way to do something, right? And it's not that tedious, right? I mean, you could read books, right? To do something, right? That's how simple the world is. You don't need to get out of your door, to do something. You don't have to shout around in the streets or something like that, right? You can just, stay indoors and read a book. But I don't see myself reading a book and somehow communicating, someone reaching out that way, and making an impact that way, right? But through gaming, I think I can, right? I mean, gaming suits me, and I still think it is an intellectual thing, right? Gaming is an intellectual thing. It's like waging war, right? I mean, we would all be interested in the words of someone who waged a war, right? I mean, if Alexander the Great had a column in the Guardian, I would definitely read it, right? I would die to read it. It would be excellent, right? So that's what I'm saying. I just want to show what I'm about. And I think gaming is, the most suitable way for me to do this, because I've always gamed, right? I understand gaming, right? It's safe for me. It's a safe choice. I mean, I've gained my spurs. I think that's the right way to put it, when I was doing literature and whatnot at the university. But I mean, I know that you can make an impact that way, but I don't want to do that. I want to play games because this is the modern world, right? I want to be a modern voice, So make a long story short, right? I don't know. I'm branching out, and this was my first attempt, my first essay. I'm branching out, and I'm not going to do this my whole life. Maybe I will, right? Maybe I will. I mean, as I say, you're a social figure this way. I mean, I'm reaching out, right? And I'm sure I can make a difference. I can make an impact. I can help out where I can this way. I can enliven the status quo here, right? And, who knows where this will go, right? But the thing is, I'm an intellectual of sorts, right? But that's not what gaming is about. Gaming is about gaming, right? And we're gonna game. We're gonna game like there's no tomorrow. And, I just hope I can show, I just hope I can, as I say, I can achieve some feats here, right? So that people would know what I'm capable of, right? I want to show people how I excel at this part of life that we call, life. It's all about life, right? And if I can do this, right, just succeed at this this simple thing, playing games, right? I think people will understand me better, right? They will see me for what I am, right? I mean, I'm doing so much to to make me matter in this equation of gaming or whatever. And what it comes down to is we're just gonna have fun, right? We're gonna have fun, but we're gonna game, right? We're gonna seriously game. It's not always going to be fun. We're going for the feats of gaming, right? And when everything is said and done, right? I don't know. We will have lived another day, right? And maybe at the end of the day, someone will notice me, and I can make my mark on the world in a more broader way, right? I mean, in this small arena of gaming, I want to reach out, and then in this bigger theater of life, right? I want to do something that will allow me to develop myself, right? I mean, I want to develop myself, and I cannot do this where I am, right? I gotta move, and that's what this session was about, right? We're gonna move, and we're gonna game, right? It's simple. It's no big deal, right? I can handle it. As I say, I'm working for the mail right now. I've inherited money. I can hold out for quite a while, right? And as I say, I'm an intellectual, right? And that's not important to me, right? I care about people's souls. I care about your soul. I care about my own soul. I care about a better world, right? As I say, I studied Asian studies, right? I'm a man of the world, and I will find a way to survive, right? But I just want to survive in a way that is reliable, right? And so I'm reaching out. I'm gaming, right? That's just what I want to make clear. I don't necessarily game for fun, right? That's why I'm recording myself. I mean, I don't really game that much in my free time, right? I don't find it relaxing enough, enjoyable enough. I don't know. I prefer to watch The Big Bang Theory or something like that, right? To be frank. But as I'm saying, I'm reaching out, right? To conquer a territory, right? As I say, these are feats. We're going to do feats. We're going to achieve feats. And in the last analysis, right, maybe I can be in a position where I can actually do something that I like to do, right? I mean, I don't hate gaming, not at all. That's why I'm gaming, right? It's not that bad. And maybe I will do this my whole life, right? But I don't have to be rich, right? I just want to survive, right? And I can only survive um, with a reliable job, right? And the only thing that suits me really is writing, So yeah, I mean, I'm interested in the social function of Let's Playing, right? I want to be a connector for you guys. I want to bring us all together, right? And gaming are beautiful things, right? Games are great works of art. We can really connect over this. But the point is, right? I will not be free, right? Until until I have accomplished something, right? So with God's help, right? God willing, we're going to go down this path. And together, it seems. And we're going to watch and wait as the world slowly changes around us, right? It's a mysterious world. It's a hard life, but as I say, I'm hanging in there, right? I got my job at the mail, and it's not too hard, I guess. Right? I don't have to be unemployed. So that's good. I got my colleagues. They're all very nice people, right? And we're going to, achieve something together. We're going to excel. And then in the end, we're going to, I don't know. This is just about gaming, I guess. But gaming is a part of life, right? It's just a little thing. And if I can understand being a Let's Player, right, I can also be a pillar of the community, right, which is what I intend to become this way, right? I want to be a pillar of the community so that people will call on me, right? I want people to call on me, right? And I have many hobbies. I have many hobbies, but I only really have one passion, right? And that is making music, right? But I don't see myself reaching out that way. I think games are more social, more more active, right? Activistic. More practical. I don't know what the word is. And it doesn't matter, right? As I say, I'm reaching out, right? And I hope that people will take note of what I do, right? That's all. So, that being said, right, if you have any thoughts on what I said here, leave a comment. I'll try to respond if I have time. If you like this video, you can click the like button. I'd appreciate that, I think. And if you are interested in this channel, you can subscribe to it. And I will be back with more very soon. So, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.